Good evening, believers. How are you doing today? This is Love Coach Dasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Now, if you've never been with me before, you don't know what we're doing here. I am here because I am an expert in continuing your relationship, reconciling, forgiving, moving past it after you've been cheated on. And I come to be an expert at that from personal experience. It happened to me, and I found all of the things that did not work. And I decided to do the absolute opposite of the things that did not work, the things that I were told was supposed to help us. And I did the exact opposite of those things. And now we are in a much better place. We are happier, healthier. I have healed up the place in my chest that used to hurt so badly about the pain, about the trauma. Does not exist anymore. It's not there anymore. I don't have any pain talking about it. I don't have any pain thinking about it. I am past the point of pain, and I am here to tell you how to get past the point of pain. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I think that you have hurt quite long enough as it is. All right. I feel like you have hurt entirely too long, and it's time for you to get out of pain. So, if you're here with me and you're ready to get out of pain, give me some likes. Let me know that yes, indeed, you are ready to get out of pain. You are done with this exhausting cycle of just up and down and left and right, not being able to get to the place where you can actually forgive your person. All right. And there's nothing wrong with you forgiving either. Let me just say that too, real quick, right from the very beginning. There's no reason for you to feel bad about forgiving the person that you love, wanting to still be with them, wanting to create a better relationship after this. There's nothing wrong with that. If this is your person, this is the person that inspires that in you, that makes you want to forgive, that makes you want to say, okay, yes, this was a boundary and you definitely crossed this boundary, but you are somebody I value probably a little bit more than that boundary. Huh? It's okay to feel like that. It is all right if that is what comes to your mind. If you don't want to leave, if you don't want to just be like, oh, girl, leave him. You should just kick him to the curb. He's not going to be any good. Once a cheater, always a cheater. If you don't want that reaction, it is fine for you not to react that way. I found when I was trying to heal, that was the reaction I got all the time. Oh, you shouldn't even deal with this. He's going to be treating you like a doormat. You're telling him that he can just keep on hurting you forever and ever. But that's not what happened. We are 15 years past it. My husband has tried to be a better and better and better husband every single year, ever since I forgave him. Okay. Ever since I got to the place where I was like, you know what? We are not breaking up. We are going to be happy again. We got to that place together. It has been better and better every year, every single solitary year. And you know why that is? Because I was the person that forgave him. You know, we always want to say that, okay, well, if they didn't cheat, then that proves that they were the right person for us. But we already chose them, okay? So regardless of if they cheat or not, it's really not about them anymore. It's about what you want. If you want to stay with them, if you want to work this out, it's about your decision. It's not about them and their behavior. It's about how you feel about this person. And if this is your person, it is perfectly okay for you to feel like that. All right. All right. So if you're here with me and you're ready to get out of pain today, go ahead and give me some likes. Let me know that you are here with me. We are doing the thing together. All right. See y'all coming in on Facebook. I see you. All right. And if you're on YouTube, hey, on YouTube too. If you're on Instagram, I don't see anybody else in Instagram yet, but hello, hello. Glad you are with me. All right. Oh, got the likes rolling in. Caitlin, you said you ready to get out of pain. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I want to help you with starting right now. All right. All right. So I'm going to tell you things that I always say because this is a trauma. Okay. And the way to heal trauma is not really different for a type of trauma. Okay. When you are healing trauma, there are certain things that just work to help fix it. Okay. To help you feel better, to help regulate your emotions, regulate your nervous system. So I'm going to teach you a couple of the things that I have found really do help to regulate your nervous system, regulate your emotions, keep you off that roller coaster going up and down, and calm you down so you can actually think more clearly and get to a better place with them. All right. So, the first thing that we're going to do, that we're always going to do no matter what, is do our deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? If you have not been doing that, you are doing yourself a disservice. You need to be doing your deep breathing regularly, 5 times a day. Okay. You need to be consistently reminding your brain that you do not need it to be in fight or flight mode. Okay. That's what the deep breathing does. I know it just seems like breathing is breathing and it shouldn't make that much of a difference. But if you are in that elevated state, if your amygdala is activated and you're thinking the worst case scenario and you are in that fight or flight reaction to trauma that everybody goes through, that every physical body actually goes through, you have control over if that continues or if it stops. All right. If you just continue to feel like your heart is beating out of your chest, or whether you can calm down. If you feel like your thoughts are racing, or you feel like you can get in control of your thoughts, that is completely within your control. And it is almost always as simple as doing your deep breathing. Okay. So I want to do deep breathing with you. Do 4-7-8 breathing. That's what we're doing together. Now, you can do whatever breathing you want to do. I don't care which one you do, just as long as you're doing it 5 times a day. Bring that anxiety level down steadily every day, bringing it down, pulling it down to a better level so that you can actually handle it. Hey, Deb, glad you're here. Come on, do your deep breathing with me. We're going to do this. All right. So we've got to be doing our deep breathing every single solitary day so it is consistent. So we are sending that message to our brain that we are not in danger. We are in control. We do not feel like our mate is a threat. It's going to be okay. And we can soothe ourselves like that, get back in control of our emotions, and then we feel better. Okay. So we're going to do our deep breathing. We do 4-7-8. What we're going to do is, well, blow out. Then you're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold that breath for a count of 7, and then we're going to blow out like we're blowing out an entire cake full of birthday candles for a count of 8. Okay. You ready? Deb's here with me. Everybody else that's here with me right now, come on in and do your deep breathing with me. All right. First things first, we're going to blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. I love it when you do your deep breathing with me. Tell me how it feels. Do you feel any better when you do your deep breathing? You should. It should help. When you are in a traumatized state, your breathing actually changes involuntarily. It's an automatic response that your body comes up with when your brain sends out the signal that you have been traumatized and we need to handle this. You go into fight or flight mode. Your breath starts coming faster and more shallow because your body needs more oxygen so that it can get that oxygen to your big muscle groups. Your blood flow is changing so that you can either fight or flight. Okay. You can fight with your arms or you can run with your legs. And that's where your blood flow is going. So that's why your breathing actually changes when you're in an anxious state. It's slow, it speeds up and it gets much more shallow and you don't let out as much carbon dioxide. When you're not letting out carbon dioxide, guess what else happens? Your brain tells you that something is wrong with the body because it's too much carbon dioxide. So if you just fix that, just starting off with that. If you have been with me and nothing is working, you are not having a good time, start with your breathing. Start there. Get in control of your body and control of your emotions, and then see if things can go a little bit better. All right. All right. The next thing, of course, always I want you to do your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? I need you to sit down and commit to this, okay? I need you to sit down 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. That's all I'm asking you for. That, along with your deep breathing, it's what, 15, 20 minutes out of your day? If you're taking it slow, okay? I am not asking for a whole book. I am saying 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening to sit, to be with your thoughts, to be with your feelings, to talk to your brain and tell it what you want it to do for the rest of the day, to anticipate the triggers that may come up during the day, to get all of that stuff out of your head and down on the paper so that you can lay down and rest well at night, so that you're not having nightmares. There's all sorts of good reasons to do your journaling, but a major one is you will have a record, okay, of your healing. You will be able to look into your journal, and I want you to make sure that you're saying the really good days, mark those with a star, mark those with a gold star. So just flipping through, you can see, hey, I have had more good days than I thought I did. Most of the time, that's the way it goes. But then you can look back and you can see, if you are keeping up with your date and your time in your journal, you can tell patterns of things that are based on dates and times. So you will anticipate when these things will happen. You can anticipate triggers because you'll know, oh, it happened exactly the same way last month this time, or last week this time. So you will know that is coming, and then it won't blindside you. And then you won't be in the middle of having a decent week with your honey, trying to fix it. Tobacco company. Okay. Huh? All right. Anyway. I forgot where I was. Okay. Date and time. Date and time. You've got to have that. You got to have that in the journal so that you can go back and you can tell where the patterns are, what is going on in your life. You can tell that, oh, okay, this particular time or this particular day or this particular part of the month, I'm going to have some difficulty, and you'll be able to anticipate it, and then it won't sneak up on you. Okay. All right. So besides that, one last thing about your journaling, do your anxiety level. Besides your date and your time, at the very beginning and the very end, as soon as you finish writing, do your anxiety level. Your anxiety level is 0 to 10. 0 is no anxiety whatsoever. All is right with the world. Everything is going great. Okay. You need to write that down. Make sure that you're writing down those days. Put a star in the corner of those days, because you want to know that you had those good days. Okay. But then there's the other end of the spectrum, a really bad day. It's a 10. A 10 is a complete loss of control. Now, you are probably not sitting at your desk writing in your journal if you are having a loss of control. Reconsider naming it a 10 if you are sitting down with your pen, with your journal open, contemplating your feelings. Because if you're a 10, you are out of control of your feelings. You are not sitting down and being still. You're probably screaming. Okay. So if you are not at that point when you sit down and you start to write, then you're probably not at 10. You might be at a 9. You can go ahead and put down a 9 if you really feel it. But chances are, by the end of that journaling session, you're going to go down some. You're going to start off at a 9 and end up at a 7. So you need to be doing this consistently. This is important to do. Okay. Third thing I want you to do, and I want you to do regularly, is cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Practice gratefulness. Okay. You need to be every day looking for the wonderful things that are in life. You need to be looking at the beautiful clouds in the sky and the wonderful trees all around you. Everything good in your life, you need to be naming it, paying attention to it, experiencing it. Because yes, you have been traumatized. And I know that that is the very real thing that you're feeling right now. But there are other things besides that trauma. We must experience those other things to remind our bodies that there are things other than this trauma that are going on in my life. There are things that are beyond this pain that I can actually be happy and grateful for on a day-to-day basis. When you do that, you are breaking free of the cycle of your brain that's automatically going into the negative. When you've been traumatized, your brain automatically wants to see everything as a negative. Everything is bad. Everything is terrible. But if you are consistently reminding yourself of the good things in your life, then your brain is being interrupted in that cycle. You can't continuously be thinking about negative things because you are interjecting good, positive things into that cycle. All right. Eventually your brain understands that everything is not awful because you are trying so hard to remember things that are good. All right. Very simple technique, but it's very effective. Try that out. Be grateful. So every week, I go to my Facebook group, Love After Cheating, and I ask, what you got for me? Thirsty Thursday. I want to hear good news. I want to hear about the good things that are happening in your life. What's a win? What's something that we can raise a glass to? What's something that you can feel good about and we can share it with you because light does not dim from being shared. Okay. If you have light in your life and you share it with other people, you are bringing more light and that helps with your healing too. All right. So for our Thirsty Thursday, I've got the picture of the cute grandbaby. Joni's grandson, Easton, was born 9 pounds, 9 ounces. He's a healthy baby too. I love the fat babies. Little fat babies with the fat cheeks. They don't even cry a lot. They just fat and happy. Oh, and he is sleeping and snoozing. New to the world. I know you are thrilled, Joni. I can't wait to have a grandbaby to spoil rotten. I got a niece right now. I'm gonna go ahead and have to be spoiling her. But ooh, I can't wait for grandbabies. Oh, I'm so excited for you, Joni. Congratulations. Congratulations to your babies for having babies. Okay. Caroline says, I've been feeling stressed and down lately, so trying to focus on the important things. I am thankful for my beautiful new house. We're making a new home. My three amazing kids who are happy and healthy. My husband who works hard for us, and my new puppy. I know that's right, Caroline. You got to remember the good stuff. Just because this trauma has happened does not erase all the good stuff that happens in your life. You must be present for it. You must be mindful about it because your brain on trauma can erase all of the good stuff that's in your life. It can make it so that, oh, well, I don't even think about all the good stuff that happens. All I can think about is the bad stuff. And then you're stuck in that awful place. And nobody deserves to be stuck in that awful place. Okay. I know that's right. Yay. I'm so happy for you, Caroline. Good job paying attention to your gratefulness, to the good things that are happening in your life. Awesome. All right. So if you all have any more Thirsty Thursday good news, happiness that you want to share, I am all for it. Okay. You know, I want to hear the good news. I love to hear everybody's positivity. So please feel free to share right in the comments. All right, let's see. Last thing that I always tell you. Oh, Lou has another one. Lou said, hubby has had my back lately when I'm feeling low. I'm surviving my week with only one day off. Ooh, girl, yeah. I thought it'd been a minute since I talked to you, huh, Lou? You've been busy. One day off. I know that's gotta be stressful, but your honey's got your back. Y'all are working together, working as a team towards the things that you want. So hey, look, we're gonna work it out, and he's got your back, you got his. Things are gonna work out lovely. I know it will. Woo, but one day off, girl. I tried to tell you. I had to stop doing that to myself. I was a nurse for a long time. I used to work like 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts, and I burnt myself completely out. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm not gonna do it. And so I stopped doing it. I stopped doing like so many days in a row. But you are working towards something right now. I know it's okay. I'm proud of you. Pat yourself on the back for getting through it. You're gonna make it. All right, let's see. Last thing that I always tell you, that I always want you to remember, I want you to know, I want you to take to heart. I promise you it's going to make your healing a whole lot easier. I want you to stop asking questions about the affair. Okay. I know. You should be able to talk about it as much as you want to. I know that people tell you that. And I know that people tell you that you can't heal unless you've had every single thing gone over and explained and told to you in extreme detail. I am here to tell you that's all bullshit. Okay, that is a complete lie. You do not need that to heal. As a matter of fact, it is going to hinder your healing. Okay, it is going to give your brain so much information to be sorting through that it's not going to be interested in trying to start healing. Okay, you are giving your brain a reason not to heal when you are asking all those questions. I know, completely opposite of what people tell you, but that's one of those things that I figured out quite early, that people were telling me that I need to get all the information and I needed to know this, that, and the third. And you know what? I didn't need to know. It just hurt my feelings more, stressed me out more, gave me more things to think about negatively. And then it was even harder for me to go ahead and forgive. If forgiving is anywhere near your heart, if you kind of sort of want to forgive, if you don't want to break up your family, if something in you is just pulling at you, tugging at you, asking you not to give up, I am going to ask you not to ask those questions. You will make it so much easier on yourself not to give up if you don't have the answers to those questions. And honestly, you'll get mad about that because a lot of the time he's not going to have the answers to the questions that you want. You are going for details. This is a very important thing to you. This is something that is so important that you have to know all the details. But this was something that he did when he was hurting, and he doesn't know all the details. Okay. When we are traumatized, when we are hurting, we do not have great memories. So even if he is giving you answers, okay, they might not be completely correct. He might just be still in the throes of emotion, still in the throes of lust, in his hormones, and he might not be telling you all of the truth. And so then you have to sort through that again later. Later on, you're going to be like, no, because that's not what you told me. And then he's like, well, no, I'm clearer now. I know that that wasn't what it really was. And then you don't believe him all over again. So I'm going to say, just ease up on those questions. Don't ask all those questions. Give yourself some peace and some time just to digest the fact that it happened. You don't need all the details to start to digest that it happened. Okay. To start to accept that as the truth, as the reality that you're living in. All those other details just overwhelm you and make you feel like crap. Okay. Now, I say all of that, and I know you won't listen to me. I know you will want to ask questions because, again, the way trauma works. Trauma wants to examine the thing that hurt you. It wants to find out all the information it possibly can under the guise of, if I have all this information, then I can prevent you from being hurt again. We appreciate our brains for that, but it's completely untrue. Our brains cannot do that. We cannot anticipate the actions of all others and keep ourselves completely out of all danger forever and ever. Amen. We cannot do that. Your brain is lying to you. Okay. It wants to know that information. So later on, when you start getting closer to him again, it's going to start throwing that information at your head so that you keep on having to duck instead of getting closer to him. Okay. So I know that your brain is itching. Okay. Instead of asking about the actual affair. Okay. Try this. This is this is the healing edition. It's from the skindeep.com, but it is on Amazon. Put in the and in the search bar, pops right up. This is their store, and they have this great game. It's a whole set of games with great questions that you can ask to your partner. The healing edition is for that. It's for trying to heal some things that have been going on in your relationship. These are much better questions to ask than all the questions you want to ask about the affair. Okay, so instead of asking those questions when your brain is itching, break these out. Deal out 2, maybe 3. You don't need a ton of them to satisfy that itch and to have some good connection with your questions. And you can answer them back and forth. You can have the opportunity to skip a question too. You have to look at each other in the eyes for 10 seconds, and then that person can skip that question. But Try it out. Let me know how it works, because most people that have gotten this game say that it's much better, much more helpful than the things that they were doing. All right. So let's see. This is question number one I can give you. If you could change one thing about me, what would it be and why? See, now this could be a tricky question. Okay, this could be one of those that make you feel a little touchy, make you feel a little insecure, but we're just asking hypothetical questions. You want to find out what's inside your mate's brain. This is how you're going to do it. So try not to get offended if you get a question like this and they actually answer it, okay? They may want to change something about you, okay? It may be the case, but that's all right. It's good to know these things. Next question. What could we do with less of? Ooh, boy, I bet you he got some answers for you on that one. What could we do with less of? Ooh, I bet you. I bet you he's got several suggestions for you on that one. All right. And then one more. What was your first impression of me? And how has that changed for the better over time? I like that one. I like that one a lot. What was your first impression of me, and how has that changed for the better over time? I like that one. That's a good question. See, aren't those better questions than the ones you've been asking? You don't want to know those negative questions. Ask positive ones. We are trying to reconnect here. We are not trying to find more excuses not to connect. Okay. Let's see. We got some comments. Caroline, you're welcome. Kitty, when I want the detail, I think about you and stop myself. I have become a voice in people's heads. That I'm trying to tell you, that's like the closest to being a superhero that I feel like I'll get. So I am happy that I'm a voice in your head to stop you from doing that when you are in that vulnerable moment, because no answer is good. No answer is going to be satisfactory. No answer is going to make you happy. No answer is going to even make sense to you. No matter what they say, it's going to be the wrong thing. So yes, think of me and don't ask the question. Right? Caitlin said, my best friend said that she might be coming down for my birthday next month. Excellent. I haven't seen her in about 9 months. I am really looking forward to seeing her. We have been best friends for 19 years at the end of this month. I know that's right, Caitlin. I miss my bestie too. I haven't seen her in a minute. But yes, that's what I'm saying. Connect with your friends, have good times, go out, chill, be girls together. And then you can come back and deal with your man later on. But right now, let you just be a good company to your girl. You know what I mean? It's a wonderful thing. It's excellent to do. It makes you feel so much better when you get that quality time with your bestie. It just helps everything. So I am all for that, Caitlin. Good news happening. Deb, I'm the voice in your head too. Yay! I love to be the voice in people's heads. You said, and I meditate, but you fill the empty spaces. I love it. Thank you. I love to hear that. I appreciate that, because I want you to be hearing me and thinking about it differently, because I know that you are battling with that voice inside your head, right? That voice inside your head is very damn insistent. It acts like it knows everything. It acts like it is just completely in charge, but everything is falling apart all at the same time. And it's just miserable to have only that voice in your head. When you get that other voice going, that's saying and suggesting something different than what the little monster in your head is trying to convince you of, it makes it a little bit easier. It's a little bit different. But I'm glad you're making space for me in your brain. That's how I know that you're listening to me. You are hearing me. You understand what I'm saying. You know that it makes sense. All right. That's how I know, because you all are doing that. I love it. Good. I love to be a voice in people's heads. I always think that that's just the most complimentary thing. Oh, because you only keep around the voices that are trying to tell you something good. Well, I don't know. We always listen to our own inner negative voice, but the things that we hear that are good inside our heads, usually they don't come from our voice. They come from like other people's voices. Like I had to practice becoming the good voice in my head. It took a little while to do, but now I'm the good voice too and the bad voice, but it's okay. All right. Good, good, good. I'm so glad. So I am here for you. Another half hour. We can answer some questions. We can talk about some things. Let me know what you need. I am here for you. Let's see. I got a question over here. Angela is our moderator. Angela is making big moves. She's getting ready to move and everything. She said, we have finally moved forward with moving to a new county. Within a few weeks, we'll start the moving process and leave this town behind. I love the anonymity that comes with being in a bigger town. Girl, yeah. No one at work knows what happened, and I won't have the shame and humiliation when I go to the store as I do now. I know that's right, girl. That's what I'm trying to say. It was better when we moved. We continued to live in the same place for a while, and it was okay. But when we moved to a place where nobody knew either one of us, there was a lot of relief there. It was, no chances of running into anybody, no chances, that anybody would know what was going on between us. It was much, much better, I think, when we actually moved and we came up here to Richmond and, we just did it all on our own, and we came out here and we had, a good new start. And I think that's a great thing to do. If you're able to do it, I think it's a great thing to do. Some people can't move, and I'm saying that you don't have to move for this to be healed. However, it is helpful not to be in that same environment, not to be driving past things that remind you of previous fights, not, worried that you're going to run into such and such at the store. It's a lot easier on you. So I'm glad that you got that going for you there, Angela. Y'all making big moves, doing big things. I love it. All right, let's see what else. Y'all let me know. Got questions for me? Hey, let me know, and I want to tell you all about whatever you want to know about, because I think you've been in pain quite long enough, and I am here with the answers. I don't want to gatekeep. I want you to know. I want you to be assured of the way to heal. All right. Tell you a little bit about my healing process, the dreams formula. If you've heard about it, jump in. If you hadn't heard about it, let me know if you need some more details. But the dreams formula was created by me through trial and error. It was everything that everybody said that I had to do to be able to heal and get past this that actually didn't work, and then doing the exact opposite of it. So it was, the first thing, and the first and foremost thing that you always need to be focused on is the D. It's the decision. Okay. Everybody will tell you that he has to make a decision here. He's the one that gets to say whether this relationship is going to go forward or not. He's the one that gets to say, oh, well, how it's going to move forward from here on out. And I'm here to say that he's the wrong person to make decisions right now. He's already shown some faulty decision making. So I feel like we're the ones that need to be making the decisions. Okay. And when you change it around to that, you make up your mind, not blaming it on the kids, not saying, oh, I'm just going to stay with them because I want my kids to have a dad. They could have a dad and you not be with him. Okay. It does not mean that, oh, they won't ever see their father if you all aren't together. Okay. It doesn't mean that. If you want to stay, don't make up any excuses to stay. Make the decision, decide for yourself, and say that, okay, well, you know what? It's a hard choice that I'm making. I am not thrilled that I have to make it. I am unhappy that this is even a choice that I would even have to make in the first place, but this is a person that I really love. I really want to be with. I feel like I'm going to make the choice in favor of staying in this relationship. And then you hold on to that. You hang on to that with all your might, okay? Because people will come and try and convince you that you're wrong for it, convince you that you shouldn't do it, that even if you love them desperately, you shouldn't go ahead and stay. And there are plenty of people, plenty of things that will make you feel like you should just let go. But the decision was yours. The decision came from your heart. It came from deep down love. Okay. You wanted to forgive this person, probably not another person, right? If it had been anybody else, you probably wouldn't be here, but it's this person and you want to forgive them. You can make that decision. You're the only person who can make that decision. And once you make that decision, hang tight to it. Just hold on to it. Every time the thoughts come up in your brain, I shouldn't do this, and I don't know why I'm staying. I am staying because I want to. I am staying because this is the person I chose. I made this good decision, and I don't care if he messed up. I still consider myself having made a good decision, and I'm sticking with it. All right. That's a big thing. That's a huge thing right there. If you can start with that, start with the decision, start with making up your mind that you are not going to be swayed by anybody else's opinions, by anybody else's past bad habits, things that have happened in their life. You don't have to worry about any of that. You are in control of your life. Okay. You are the one in control of this boat and you decide where it goes. So I want you to be thinking about that as you go forward. I know that it seems like the decision should be on him, but it's not his decision to make. You were the one that was hurt. You were the one that was traumatized. You have to decide whether you are going to continue on with this relationship or not. All right. First thing, always the decision. Then the second thing is recognizing and then overcoming the fear speech. That's the R part. We've got to recognize the fear speech, the stuff in our brains that is continuously telling us that this is such a terrible idea. And when you make such a huge decision for yourself, you are going to get some clap back from your brain. Okay. Okay? Your brain not going to be happy about you making this monumental decision because it's scared, because something bad has already happened. And what if something bad happens again? But the thing about that is all relationships end, and all relationships end one of two ways. One person leaves or one person dies. All right. We are going to have pain at the end of a relationship no matter what we do. There is no need to be afraid of that. The only thing you need to be afraid of is not enjoying and receiving as much love as you possibly can until that happens. Okay, that's the part you should be afraid of. If you're gonna be fearful that you won't have as much love in your life as you possibly could because you're holding back from it because of fear. All right. Um, Talk to your brain, tell your brain, I know that you're trying to protect me, brain. I know you're trying to tell me bad things can happen, but you know what? I'm not listening to that. I am choosing what I want to do with my life. I have made this decision, and I'm not going to be afraid of the decision that I made or of the person that I made it for. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. All right. Third thing is the E, which is evaluating the why, figuring out exactly why they did this. And the simple thing is hurt people hurt people. Your mate had to be hurting in a tremendous way to feel like this terrible idea was a good idea. You know, you don't do anything this stupid if you are not hurting in some way. Okay. It doesn't really matter. The why doesn't really matter as far as like, oh, preventing it from happening again. It's not going to help you with that. But if you figure out why, it's going to help you feel more compassionate towards your mate. It's going to help you understand that this person was coming from a place of pain, not from a place of, oh, screw you, I'm going to hurt you. They were having their own pain and they were trying to solve it in some way. It's the same thing that happens to people when they get hooked on drugs. There's some pain that makes them take the drug, and then the drug makes the pain feel better, and then they take more of the drug and then they get hooked on the drug. That's how it works. It works less and less to make them feel better, but it did that first time so well. So they keep on thinking that maybe if they continue, it'll make them feel better. Same thing with affairs. Same exact thing. Okay. That is exactly how it goes through everything that you can be addicted to. Okay. You hurt, you try and do the thing, you feel better, but then the pain comes back, and then you do the thing again, hoping to feel as good as you did the first time. try and have a little compassion for that. That's the main reason to know why. If you can have a little bit of compassion for him, then maybe it won't be so hard to forgive him. Maybe it can be a little bit easier to understand that he was in a bad place and it was a really huge mistake from being in a bad place. Okay. Caroline, you said you need to hear this today. I'm here with you, girl. Said I always struggle with sticking to my decision. I let the fear get to me. I'll watch the rest on replay. Girl, the fear will try and get to you. It will try and tell you that you're doing something so horribly wrong. It did that with me, but I proved it wasn't right. It was not true. All of those fearful signals that my brain kept sending to me were not true. People always believe that, oh, well, if I forgive him, if I let this go, then that's going to be the green light for him to just hurt me over and over again in the future. And that's not the way that works. Most people are so happy, so relieved to be forgiven that they will not do that same thing again and risk losing that forgiveness. They just don't do that. If you are willing to forgive the person that you love this much, and you do it with an open heart, you do it willingly, you do it in a real way, that comes across. And he's going to be able to tell, this woman is amazing. This woman has a capacity for forgiveness and love in her heart that I've never seen before. Please let me not mess this up with her again. Let me make sure that I'm doing all the right things, treating her the best way that I possibly can, so that she knows that this is super appreciated. Okay. That's the way it works. It does not work the opposite way. I know people will tell you, like I said, all of that stuff that people told me, come to find out, all of it wasn't true. All right. Let's see where I leave off. We got the A. The A of the dreams formula is allowing the healing to happen. You got to stop talking about it. You got to stop pushing those buttons. You got to stop crying about it. You got to start acting like a couple again, acting like a happy couple that is together, that is healing, that is moving forward. If you continuously act like a hurt person, you will continue to feel like a hurt person. You must behave your way out of this. You must behave your way into feeling, I am healed, I am happy. So behave like that. Behave like the healed and happy person would, not like the person who is hurting. And everything that you want to do while you're hurting, that, oh, well, we need to talk, and why aren't you telling me that I'm so beautiful, and all of the desperation stuff that happens, that is not allowing the healing to happen. That is just letting the fear and the pain get to you in your brain, and you start poking at things and picking at things, and hopefully you're thinking that maybe one of these things, if I poke it right, it will make me feel better, and it will not. Okay. Behaving as if you're that healed person is what will heal you. It will make you feel better. The constant just unleashing, letting it go, telling him all the time, every single time a trigger pops up, every time you get a little bit upset, frustrated, mad, if you say something about it every single solitary time, you never get past it. We can't ever get to a good relationship because you keep on going back to the bad part of the relationship. So you got to allow that healing to happen. You got to put your ring back on, you got to start having sex again, start sleeping in the same bed again. You cannot act like we're separated and then be healing. It doesn't work like that. You have to behave like a healing person, and healing people love on each other. Okay. M is for managing the future feelings. You're going to have triggers. It is part of the way our brain is designed. After a trauma, we will have things that trigger us, that remind us of the pain. Doesn't have to be anything to do with the pain. It could be a certain cup. It could be a certain color. It could be a certain perfume. It's usually sensory. If you can figure out what those things are ahead of time and make a plan for when those things hit you, then you'll be able to handle the triggers a lot better. You won't be as angry and as frustrated and feel so out of control if you come up with a plan for the triggers before they happen. Okay. Then there is the S, which is for seeking support, which is what I'm here for. I'm here for you to give you the support you need. Okay. I want to tell you the information. I want to work with you. Okay. If you want to work with me, let me know. But if you don't want to work with me, if you feel like I'm not ready for it, if you think that I don't know what I'm talking about, if you think it's not going to work, whatever, I still need you to get some support that will trust you in all the rest of the dreams formula. I need somebody who will trust in your decision, who believes, hey, you said this is your honey. I'm going to do whatever it takes to help you get back with your honey. I'm going to do whatever it takes to help you get to a better place mentally so that you can go forward with the decision that you've made. Okay? That's the person you need. You need the person that will recognize that fear with you and be like, hey, I think you're just a little bit afraid right now. Want to talk about that? I don't think you should do whatever it is you're about to do right now because it's the fear that's talking to you right now. You shouldn't do that. Let's go do something else. Let's get our minds off that fear. Let's get some rest. Let's get some hydration, whatever it is we can do to get away from that fearful thought. You need somebody who every step of the way is going to be backing you, who is going to be understanding exactly what you're trying to do, and then helping you with it. Okay. I understand if you can't find anybody like that, I am all the way available. Okay. I want to help you with that. I don't want you to be stuck anymore. I want you to be able to have somebody to talk to about this, but won't make your relationship worse. I need you to, yes, we can talk about it. You can chat with me and tell me about everything that's going wrong and why it's so terrible. However, when you go back to him, we need to have a plan, how you're going to behave, how you're going to regulate those emotions and those feelings, how you are going to show that you are healing, that you are letting this go, and you're going to let it be in the past eventually. If you can do that, talk to me. You can whine, complain, vent all you want to me, but then go into your relationship with the knowledge that you need and the actions that you need to take. If you do that, you're going to heal a lot faster and your relationship is going to be on much more stable ground than it is right now. All right. It is already August. I want to help people, okay? I want to help anybody who is interested. So you all make sure if you have any questions, if you want to work with me, message me. Let me know. All right. And you can also send me an email, info@lovecoachdasha.com. Oh, but I definitely want to hear from you. Okay. Let me know what's going on with you in your life and how can I help you to get past this. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? You all got any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? Anything else you want to talk to me about? Tell you a little bit about the dreams formula today. I try to tell you, it was trial and error doing the dreams formula. It really was. It was, not looking to him for the decision was hard. Not looking at him being like, well, you've got to do X, Y, and Z to show me that you are making the decision in favor of me. And I was like, you know what? That doesn't even feel good to me. I don't even like that. I don't want him to have to prove that I'm right. I'm right. I'm right about this relationship. I don't care what he has done. I am right about this. I'm going to show that he's right. I'm going to show that we're right together and we are not going to stress about these things that he's doing. He's not making this decision. I am. All right. So that was a hard one. That was really a hard part of it. But, for somebody you love, it's not so difficult to make the decision. It's just not feeling guilty about it. It's just all of the people who will tell you that you're so wrong for doing such a thing, but you're not. Why should you have to give up who you want to be with because they did something stupid? I feel like that's not fair to you. If you did something and you were like, no, this is not the person that I want to be with, okay, fine. But if they're still the person that you love, they're still the person that you want, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with you going ahead and working out this relationship. Okay. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. You can go ahead and love who you love anyway. And there's nothing wrong with that either. You shouldn't feel guilty or sad or ashamed for doing such a thing. Okay. Let's see. Anybody got any other questions? Coming up to the end of the hour. I will answer you if you got anything more for me. Or if there's anything in particular you wanted to talk about. Looking through here, don't see any other questions. Well, I'll tell you about the last thing. Okay, wait. Hold on, I see questions. No, it's not showing on that page. Hold on. Had to refresh. Hold up. Let's see. Kitty, you said, have you seen the Facebook groups that are like dating the same guy? Insert city. I see most grown women are using it for revenge, and it happened in our situation. And now social media can trigger me. Oh, social media is very triggering. Yeah, it can be extremely triggering, especially with the importance that people put on like contacting somebody via social media. Sending somebody a message can be construed as cheating now, and we get a little serious about it. And so then when you start looking at those things on social media, you can get really triggered. You can do several things with Facebook, though. You can snooze a group. You can not see that stuff. You can block people who are particularly negative that stress you out. You can make it so that you don't see as much of that. Or you can leave the group too. If it's a group that's just triggering and it's not helpful at all to you, you can leave it all together. There's nothing wrong with doing that either. I am very guarded about the things that I let into my brain. If I see somebody saying too much negative for too long on my feed, I will start being like, oh, unfollow, block. I'm not going to be listening to that. I'm not going to be torturing myself with the negativity. I ain't doing it. So I feel like you should be very, very choosy about what you let into your life, especially at a time where you're so vulnerable and you're trying to heal, Deb, you said, and you love your man as your ex and be friends. I love my man as my no, he's my husband. We're still together. How are you asking me how to do that? How to love him and let him still be your ex? I don't have a specialty on that. I don't know how to not be with the person that you really want to be with, still love them, be friends with them. That's that's complicated. It's a lot to do. Me and him, we're still together. It's 15 years later. He cheated for like the first 4 years we were together, but it just came down to I knew he was the person for me. I was not willing to let it go, and I was like, okay, we're gonna have to heal from this, and you're gonna have to do better. And we just kept, I kept going towards healing. As I was trying to heal, he did better. As I was starting down the healing path, he tried to come along with me. And then it went from the cheating thing was part of it. And then we went into the drug thing was part of it. And then come to find out he had bipolar disorder. So we had to work through some things besides the cheating. But yeah, we are still together. I don't know how to break up and still be friends and still work all that out. I don't have the expertise for that. I know how to work it out though. I know how y'all can get it back together, be happy together, love one another. So, Deb, let me know. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't know. I don't know how to be the ex and be friends and love. That's super complicated. And then a lot of the things that you have to do, you're still going to have to do. You're still going to have to regulate your emotions. You're still going to have to recreate this relationship with him. You're still going to have to get to that celebration phase where you can actually say, okay, yeah, we overcame this. Even if you're not together, you still got to get there if you're trying to be friends, if you're trying to have a lasting relationship together, So you're going to have to heal anyway. So I say, go ahead and be together. Let me know if I misunderstood that. Let's see. All right. So last thing, and I'm always going to tell you about, I'm going to tell you every single time we get together. I need you to start doing your affirmations. Okay. I need you to start saying good things about yourself. Right now, with the trauma working, you're constantly saying negative things. Okay. whether it's about yourself, whether it's about your mate, whether it's about the person driving around you, all sorts of people will make you feel negative right now. I want you to start doing your affirmations just for yourself, to make yourself feel better, to see yourself in a good way. All right. This type of trauma can make you feel like something is wrong with you, that this all was your fault and somehow or another, and this only happened because of you. And that's not true. It was not your fault. This did not happen because of you. Okay. It did not. This was because your mate was hurting in some way. That is not your responsibility. That was not something that you were supposed to prevent from happening somehow. You are just on the receiving end of somebody else's bad time. Okay. Which sucks, but it's a part of being in a relationship, because the person that we're closest to, that's the person that hurt us the most. So I want you to be telling yourself good things about yourself, positive things, reminding yourself every single solitary day how wonderful you are, how loving, how forgiving, how open, and how wonderfully compassionate you are, so that you can start to combat some of those negative thoughts about yourself. All right. So I want you to be talking about yourself good in the mirror, doing your affirmations. Affirmations, you need to look yourself in the eye. Okay. You're doing that so that your brain creates the record of you looking at yourself and stating this thing. You're looking at yourself. You are reminding yourself of this thing, looking at yourself. Your brain will create a record of that. Your brain will say, oh, this is something different. Okay, she really must believe this. And that you revisit every couple of minutes, for the first couple of days that you're doing it, every couple of minutes. It will help if you do it a lot, so that you remember that you're supposed to be doing it. And then all through the day, just say your affirmations, say this positive thing about yourself. So I've got an affirmation for you, Deb. Okay, definitely keep me updated. I want to hear. The affirmation for today is: today I choose. Today I will only surround myself with people who support me. Ooh, boy. Yeah. So today, if it's friends and family, and it's like, I don't know why you're still with him, cut them people off today. All right. Let them know, hey, I am unsubscribing from this conversation. I don't feel like hearing it from you. I don't want to. It's not a happy time for me. Don't say it. And if you can't resist saying it, then I won't be around you. So you get to choose. Same thing I was saying with the decision. You get to choose what happens now. You get to choose if you're going to be healed. You get to choose if you're going to be hurting. Okay. You get this opportunity. So today I choose. Today I will only surround myself with people who support me. All right. And I'm one of them. So if you need my support, let me know. I will be happy to support you in your moving forward, in your healing. You deserve healing. You deserve to feel better. You don't deserve to keep on being so sad, so angry, so hurt. You don't deserve it. Okay. We need to come to a better place. And I know the way out. I know the way out of this hole. So come on and talk to me. Okay. Ria said, what I learned from this experience is you have to put boundaries on all types of ships. Girl, yes. Yes, indeedy. You got to tell people, they're like, nope, I am not. No, you cannot talk about my man like that. Yes, you know some information that I told you, but you're not going to sit here and talk bad about him. I'm not going to accept that. I'm not allowing that. No. And there are people who are going to get mad at you and not want to be your friend, or not want to, be around you, because they're like, well, you're letting this happen and I don't want to be your friend. Okay, well, you're weak chick then. Good. I'm glad you're not gonna be my friend anymore. Scoot along. Okay. Get out of my way so I can get some real friends. Okay. I am all for boundaries. Okay. And the only way you can enforce boundaries is what you're willing to do if they cross them. All right. So I am all about that with other people. My husband he always laughs because I will forget you exist. Totally. I like, if I don't mess with you anymore, I just don't mess with you anymore. I'll block you on everything and completely forget you ever existed. And so he's seen me do that before, two people, and he was like, I am so glad we're okay, right? We're good. Okay. I don't want you to forget me like you forgot them. Cause I mean, honestly, he told me about somebody someday. I was like, who? They were like, you remember? I was like, oh yeah, I stopped talking to them like 6 years ago. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, whatever. I don't really care about them anymore. I am quick to do it. Because that is the only control you have as far as boundaries is what you're willing to do. And if you set a boundary and you say, look, I don't want you talking about my relationship. It hurts my feelings. It stresses me out. And honestly, you're not saying what I want to do. So I don't want you to keep talking about it. And they keep on talking about it. You got to figure out what you're willing to do about that, you know? So, yes, Rhea, you are absolutely right. You have to put boundaries on everything, on every relationship you have with everybody. You need some boundaries, okay? I know that's right, Rhea. All right. So, any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? You said, I find it common that people that have never been in this situation have the most to say. Oh, don't they? Everybody feels like that when, until you experience something, you have lots and lots of opinions about it. But until you actually experience it, you don't really know. And I think that's what happens with a lot of people. And I think that some of these people that say that they don't have any experience with it, they do. And they didn't ever heal. So they can only tell you the negative about it. But I feel like so many people stay. So many people stay. So many relationships. And it's not just women too, because I get at least a few men who try and get into the Love After Cheating group like every week. Okay, so it's not just, oh, the women are the only ones staying. The men will stay when they cheated on too. If you're the one, you're the one. So, I feel like, if you found that person that is willing to like stoke up that forgiveness in you, you found a great thing, go ahead and run with it. How do you tell them to back off without having to cut them off? You just have to stand up and be assertive about it. The thing is that you are hurting and they can see that you're hurting. And so as long as you keep acting like you're hurting, they're going to feel like they have to protect you. So when you stand up for yourself, you say, hey, look, I know that this thing has happened. I know that, yeah, he cheated. I know that I told you about it, but I don't want you to keep on saying negative things. I am trying to work my relationship out. I want to reconcile. I want to be with this person. So you saying negative things about them and giving me a hard time is just making me feel bad for absolutely no reason. You don't have to do that to me, and I'm asking you not to. And if they continue to do it, then you do have to cut people off. You know what I mean? Just trying to give marital advice, but they are single and never been married. Oh yeah, I love those, don't it? I love the single people trying to give you advice on being married. It always tickles me. But you can listen to it as far as it goes. If they got something, generically good to say, you can listen to the generically good part. But like as far as details are concerned, they don't have the details. They've never been married, so they ain't got that. So you just, let them know, okay, yeah, I appreciate this part of your advice. Okay, lovely. But there are certain things that I don't want you to say. And if they are just a problem, if you don't want them bringing it up, you just need to tell them, I don't want you bringing that up. I don't. Yes, I trusted you with this information, and I'm trusting you enough that now that I'm telling you that I don't want you to continue to talk about it, that you won't continue to talk about it. So do we have that understanding? You just have to be very assertive about it. Stand up for yourself and believe in what you're doing. Because as long as you keep acting like you're a wounded animal, they'll keep treating you like a wounded animal. They'll keep thinking that something is so wrong and that they have to help you in some way because look at her. She's just looking so sad and she's looking so pitiful. You have to be able to stand up straight with your crown on straight and tell them what you want. And if what you want is to be with this person, you can't be ashamed of it. You can't be hiding it. You can't be all embarrassed about it. You can't do all that because they will take that as, oh, you really don't want to be with this person. Let me help you get out of this relationship. All right. So you have to come strong with it. You have to come strong and sure of yourself in your decisions if this is going to work out and you're going to convince other people to shut the hell up and back off. All right. That makes sense for you? You all let me know. All righty, y'all. Well, that's about it. I don't see any other questions. So I'm getting ready to go. I will be back with you again next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for the Healing Hour Live. I am Love Coach Dasha. It's been wonderful to talk to you. I absolutely love you, and I am so, so proud of you for wanting to do this, for wanting to do such a difficult thing, for chasing after the life that you want. I love that about you, and I want to help you with it. So make sure that you reach out to me. All of the social media, I am Love Coach Dasha. So just reach out to me anywhere you'd like, and I will help you with your issues, okay? All right, y'all. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will check you out again next week for the Healing Hour Live. Bye. Bye over here on Facebook and YouTube.